Good afternoon. Welcome to the January 11th, 2011 Glendale Housing Authority meeting being called to order at 2:40 p.m. May we have the roll call, please?
Authority members: Draymond.
Here.
Friedman.
Here.
Mincy.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Chair Quintero. And Vice Chair Perazio.
Here. May we have your report, please?
Agenda for the January 11, 2011 regular meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, January 6, 2011 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Do we have minutes?
So moved. Second.
Okay, the minutes will stand approved as submitted. And next, what is the next?
Next item is oral communication. Discussion is limited to items not part of this agenda. Each speaker is allowed 5 minutes. Members of the Housing Authority may question or respond to a speaker, but there will be no debate or decision, and the matter may be referred to staff or the Executive Director for an investigation and a report.
I have one card, Mr. Mike Mohill. Come to the podium, Mr. Mohill.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, council members. Already before I get started, I'd like to, so I don't run out of my throat. It happened last week. I brought some liquid just to make sure, okay? Just happened to get myself prepared for myself, okay? I'll be ready to start. Housing Authority. My name is Mike Mohill, long-term resident of Glendale.
You like some olives with that, Mr.
Well,
Mohill, or you take it straight?
Please. My brother and sister had a flood in their kitchen recently, and I asked them what was the first thing they did after the knowledge of their flood. They called their insurance company. Their insurance company told them to go out and price out how much it would cost to fix their problems, which they have done. They both had a few bids. They were both submitting the bills to their insurance company as I speak today. Councilman Draymond, it is reported in the Glendale News Press that you also had a flood in your condo back in 2009. I have a few questions for you, sir. When did you contact this insurance company, your insurance company? How many companies did you contact in order to repair your condo? How much money did it cost your insurance company?
Madam Chair.
And how much was your
I
copay?
think it would be appropriate for you to ask Mr. Mohill, what relevance does this have to Housing Authority business and the business that comes before this Housing Authority?
Okay, well, as a member of the Housing Authority, Mr. Draymond has put himself in contact with ADI. And this contractor has done business with the city of Glendale, and they're under a cloud of their doing with our council members. And Mr. Draymond is one of the council members who is being questioned by the federal authorities of his knowing of pay-to-play, sir.
My suggestion, Madam Chair, is that you ask Mr. Mohill to stick to items and matters that are before, that relate to the Housing Authority and Housing Authority business, and if you will, sir, connect the dots.
Well, this is okay, but this is a matter of the Housing Authority. After all, Mr. Draymond is on the Housing Authority, and as a member, he approves ADI contracts in the past, and he's taken their money in form of someone remodeling his condo.
Mr. City Attorney, I'm going to object at this point. A bunch of assertions have been made here. Mr. Mohill knows very well that 99% of just what came out of his mouth is a bald-faced lie. He is an extension of Mr. Barry Allen, the con man from Michigan, who operated then under the name of Alan Silvarman until skipping out of the state and changed his name. He's operating as an extension of him. I will demand that the issue before this Housing Authority remain the business of the Housing Authority. At Authority member staff comments, I will address the lies that this gentleman has just vomited.
Well, Mr. Draymond,
Then what happens?
we have questions.
Excuse me, this is not a back and forth, is it, Madam Chair?
Mr. Mohill, I just ask you, just go ahead and sit, please. It's not the
Well,
housing
okay,
authority.
well,
I don't-
what,
Please,
I'd like,
Mr.
okay, I'd
Moore.
like the housing authority, tell me, what is the procedure of working with contractors for public housing? And how is campaign donations involved with this? And how does this affect the stakeholders of the city of Glendale? As a stakeholder and as a taxpayer, I'd like to know where my money's being sent and put up. I read in the paper all the time, there's a cloud on this housing authority. So much that it brings me here this afternoon to ask the authority members what is going on in my good city. I'm a resident here, more times than most people are here. And it angers me, I'm trying to control myself, that housing authority members are sleeping, pardon me, with contractors with pay to play. Thank you for your indulgence. I didn't want to lose my drink.
Mr. Mohill,
Sure.
what is next, please?
Next is the business agenda, on which there are no items, and at 7 is authority member and staff comments.
Yes, Mr. Drummond?
Yes, I'll address some of the, well, let me use a nice word, garbage that the speaker, the vile garbage that this speaker spewed up at this microphone and continues to spew. What is going on? You asked Mr. Mohill. What's going on in this city? What's going on in this city, Mr. Mohill, is there's an election cycle on. And you and Barry Allen and our former colleague, Bob Eusefian, and some of your playmates have been out there trying to perpetuate a story which you know is not true, and you keep trying to draw in the Glendale News Press. You see they have a reporter sitting over here, Mr. Kislik. You've already managed to, through your efforts, compromise one of their City Hall reporters by dragging her into the middle of a journalistic ethics mess that half the homeowners in this city are demanding questions from the newspaper now as to how one of their reporters became involved as a participant in your story instead of being a reporter of fact. So that's what's going on in the city. You have not read anything in any newspaper saying that I accepted money for work or otherwise from ADI because they haven't written that. And the reason they haven't written that is because that never happened, and you know that. And here's the expletive, damn well. Okay? The question, have I been questioned by federal authorities? You just stated I have been. No, Mr. Mohill, I haven't been. Not only have I not been questioned by federal authorities, by any authorities. The only person I've been questioned by is Mr. Kislik's colleague at the Glendale News Press and a reporter from the LA Times. That's it. Other than you and your friends, Barry Allen and some of your little playmates that you bring to the microphone here. I received no money for contracts from ADI, none at all. Nor have I received any money of any kind from ADI at all. And you know that, too. Nor has the newspaper stated that. You keep claiming that the newspaper says that the city is under a cloud. No, the newspaper hasn't said that. You keep saying that. And I don't know about any of my other colleagues up here, but I don't think any of my colleagues have been interviewed or questioned by any authority. That's just you saying that, Mr. Mohill. You say a lot of things, and I assume you'll continue to say a lot of things. I think people understand pretty well what you're up to. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any business agenda?
Is there any new business? If there is no new business,
I move we adjourn. Second.
Okay.